I'm Tanya. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited because I'm not having to clean something. I am decorating my Christmas tree using Dollar Tree. So I'm going to decorate and talk as I go and maybe pan to it. I don't know. I've never used any of these decorations before, so I'm just gonna throw it up here and kind of see what happens. But I always start with, obviously, a fully lit tree. I have sprinkled, just kind of dusted on the whole thing, a little bit of the artificial snow that you can get at Walmart or anywhere, just to sort of add a little bit of realism to the tree. Plus I just think it looks pretty to have a little bit of a little flock. I'm doing my tree this year in metallics. I don't know if you noticed or not, if you've been hanging out at the Dollar Tree, but it is crazy with all of the mixed metals and metallics. It is popular everywhere that you go. So my entire tree is going to be in that color family. The thing that I'm going to do is use some of this garland, but I'm not going to use it in the traditional way, just wrapping my tree. I'm going to cut it into little sections. Let's start with this one, maybe, I don't know, a foot. And I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna place it inside my tree to sort of give a little bit of depth to the tree instead of everything just being flanked here on the outside. Okay, I have my garland in. You probably can't even tell it by the camera, but in person, it adds a lot of shine all the way into your tree and adds a little something to it. I used about 3 strands and just cut them all up, and they're just sort of all in there. I have one that's the gold and silver, one that's the silver, and then one that's the gold. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to larger ornaments. Normally, sometimes when I'm decorating a tree, I start with the top and work my way down because I don't really know what I'm going to do as a topper. I'm going to fill in the rest of my tree first and kind of see what hits me. So I would do larger ornaments next. So I got these larger ornament balls, which are perfect, y'all. These are fantastic little ornaments. They are nice size. I don't even know what their circumference is, but they're very oversized for something from Dollar Tree. And they're sparkly, and they're glittery, and they're metallic, and they're all things that I love. So I will put these not so much on the end. You could, but I'm going to use some of these larger ones to just sort of place in the tree. Just a little bit, tiny bit tucked in. And I'm going to use some of my smaller ornaments to actually hang on the limbs, just because that's what I have. So that's what I'm going to work with, because I only have maybe about 10 of these. Okay, so done with some of the larger balls. Now I also got several of these types of little packets. Some are really small. I mean, that is such a great color. It's not quite gold. It's not silver. It's not rose gold. It is something in between, and I love this. I went back for more of these. And then I have just some golds, some gold and silvers, and then I have just some silver. So the reason I'm going to put these on next is because they're quite small, and I'm going to ribbon them together and make something larger. That way it takes up some of the space in the tree. If I try to put just a little tiny ornament like this onto my tree, it is just going to seem very small and dainty, and I need to bulk it up quite a bit. So I'm going to do some ribboning. These are little gift boxes that from Dollar Tree that were not intended to put on a Christmas tree. They were over, kind of over maybe by the gift wrap and all of that. but try to think about if you're going to limit your budget or the store that you're going to and you want to do a project, whether it's a Christmas tree or anything else, get off of the aisle that's intended for it. So Christmas, kind of get off of the Christmas aisle and see what other kinds of things that you might be able to use to put in your tree that are maybe in the same theme that you're working with, which for me was metallics, but something that isn't necessarily going to be a Christmas ornament, because I love the idea of just placing that in the tree like so. I got maybe 4 or 5 of these, so I'm going to now just kind of place them all over the place. I had pine cones that were sort of dipped in gold left over from fall, so I'm just going to sort of place these right on the ends of things, just all over the tree. Okay, next I found the snowflakes and this reindeer, which I even thought I might use as a tree topper, so I'm gonna throw it in as an ornament right now, but I could change my mind. But again, I probably will start putting things more to the edge, but something this large I'll probably put a little bit deeper into my tree. Okay, I found these kind of ornament balls I loved. I had those in my haul video. These are beautiful in person. Really, really stunning. So I have several of these, and this one here, similar, but I'm just gonna put these all over the place as well. Okay, now I'm going to add some of these little just clip-ons that are in lots of different types of theme, but I got as many as I could that were still in the metallics, but they had little fruit and presents and things like that, and they can just snap right in just on the edge. And then I like to kind of turn it downward, that way you don't see the little clip. I just want to point out, these are stunning. They look great. I really, really like these. I'm digging these. I'm digging them. Okay, again, these were in the haul video, but I went back and got several of these because they looked so cute. I also got it in the white, which I think I ended up with maybe 3 or so of these. Loved it in the white, and that was just a way for me to bring a little bit of white to the tree. I have the snowflakes and other things, and then I have some white ribbon, but because my decor in the house and in the living room has a lot of white and that burlap feel, this fit perfectly, even though it wasn't metallic. Okay, I have a few more ornaments to put on, and then we'll talk about ribbon and doing the topper. Okay, then I was super excited about finding these in the white. I thought they looked spectacular. They still have a sort of metallic feel, but they're glittery and they're white, and I can add them into my decor because it matches my living room. I loved these. Okay, I went back and looked at some of my footage to make sure that you guys could see how I put this together, and you couldn't. So what I did was just take some ribbon and put about 5 balls on it, different sizes, silver, gold, glitter, and then I tied it in a bow, like so. And then I just use the top to tie off. Like, I'm not gonna put it here, but would be something like this. So it just sits in the tree. I think I got it around in here. Okay, after trying to film the topper a couple of different ways, it really just doesn't work. So let me tell you what I did. I took different types of ribbon. So this is what I could find. So this is what I used. I have this gold, a burlap, and then a white with some silver that I found actually in the bridle. So I'm gonna make some loops and put it all around the star that I ended up using for my topper. Looks like this right here. And because it's a little small for a 9-foot tree, so I used two. I put one on one side, one on the other side. The way that they are, there's definitely a right and a wrong side to this, so I kind of smushed them up against each other and put some ribbon all around it. But how I did that was taking each loop, I made a loop like so, and then made another loop like so. And you could do these all together. I know sometimes different designers do, but I like it better to have them individual little loops. So I'm gonna take that just like this. Don't worry about the order or if it's flanked together or anything like that. And then I'm going to just tie it off with, and green is what I had for my little glitter pipe cleaner. I cut it in half and then just did it like this. And then I cut the whole thing. And you could use floral ribbon, floral wire. You could use any, whatever, but this is just what I had. This is what I used. So, doesn't really matter. And just make yourself some little loops like so. Now, at first glance, this really doesn't look like it matches at all. But when you see it in the rest of the tree, it really looks really fantastic. It goes quite well whenever you see it with everything else. So it sort of blended in, and I thought I could get by with it. Again, this is sort of where I depart ways with Dollar Tree. Not a great selection of ribbon. If I had a chance to, use something else, I absolutely would. But this is at least a wired ribbon that has a little shape and body to it. That's the only way that you can really make the loops, I will tell you. This ribbon right here was also at Dollar Tree, and all I ended up doing was just billowing it in. I started at the top. I had a gold and a silver, and I just billowed it in one little, probably about a foot apart, all the way down the tree on several different, I probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands of the gold and the silver. And that was just a way to sort of fill up the tree and have some ribbon in it, but not have to use a ton of ribbon. But if you look at all this together, it all sort of blends and goes. Okay, so all I did here was I'm taking my trio and I am putting it, tucking it just in with the other little trios of ribbon that I have, and then any other little ornament balls, which I've now tucked way back here. And I would pull that forward a little bit. You can secure this if you need to. I really don't, because I don't have little kids or pets that get into my stuff. But that's all that this is. There were a few holes that I took and just put one of, and then like right in here, I think I put 1 or 2 just little singles, but all the rest of this are just those little 3s that are tucked in, but it gives kind of a wow factor to the very top. And then that about wraps wraps up our Dollar Tree tree today. I had a great time putting it all together. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody, and I'll see you next time.